What do you do when you've spent too much money already on a piece of that you bought off Facebook Marketplace? What do you do, people? I'll tell you what you do. You spend even more money on Facebook Marketplace. Look what we found.
Yes.
$300. Good find, Martin. Let me fist you. That was amazing. And apparently, Martin, they've already got a professional seat rail set up on them.
Modified. Apparently they've been they're out of an EK Civic, but they're Integra seats, I think. So the dude, when I messaged him, I said, hey man, I want to buy your seats because they're cheap and I'm trying to keep this build cheap.
And it looks like I welded that, Martin.
And he goes, this wouldn't happen to be for a certain orange EK Civic, would it? And so I sent him a meme of a cat holding another cat's mouth closed.
Oh.
And that was my response.
Okay.
Which is shush. Anyway, but hey man, thanks for selling me your seats and thanks for being such a legend about picking them up and stuff. So yeah, there they are. And they're going to go in our EK because those seats, they're
way better than what we had before.
And they're stinky, man. So we might as well put some other stinky Honda seats into our stinky Honda.
And we're getting close to the conclusion of the disrespect, people.
Can you believe it?
Some good news today. Dave is going to be here this afternoon to do some wiring fandangling. He's going to do the fandango so we can try and start the car. Martin, let's check our list. We're not going to go along with lots of rubbish talking today. Well, of course we are. Let's go through. Facelift.
Done.
We did it. Boom. What is door manlol?
Door mound.
No, it says manlol. Oh, that thing. We don't have that thing.
We don't have one. We've got to
Trim on window. Drain old fuel.
Trim on window.
Yeah. No.
Drain old fuel. We will do when we try to start it.
No.
That's later.
Exhaust,
I'm going to do these two today.
Yep.
They're going to put the shafts in and the gear oil in.
Nice.
And also,
throttle pedals in, isn't
you
it?
need to write shifter.
Is throttle pedal in?
Cross it off.
Oh, and
I'll show you.
I'll
Have I shown you?
Look
how good it is
on here as well.
Excuse me for a sec while you're doing that. There's a pedal, people. It works.
Shifter.
It's good. There's a Toyota 86 pedal. It could maybe be lower, but the good thing about these pedals is you can bend them because they're metal, so you can sort of like sit it. But I quite like it. That brake pedal's got to come up a bit. Get rid of these things. But it works. It e-throttles, which is pretty cool. Oh, can you add shifter on there, or did you do that already? Got another skunk, man.
Look, Martin.
How'd you add? Did you draw a whale?
It's a whale. Does a whale have a fin on the side of it?
That looks nothing like a whale. Do you actually think that looks like a whale? Have you never seen Free Willy?
That's a whale. Look at it.
It's not a whale.
It's a whale.
That's a fish with a dong. Dude, that's not a whale. You need to go do your homework and watch Free Willy.
Martin, anyway, and...
What else is happening?
This is it, Martin. This
is it. Shafts.
Shaft, whale penis.
Skunk.
And, skunk shifter.
Show us, man. I want to see it. So this is because our shifter doesn't fit because it came with a shifter and the car came with all the linkages, but the shifter doesn't fit the linkages that it came with.
Did they send us this or did we buy it?
No, we bought that one.
Oh.
Skunk sent us something.
Skunk sent us an email, didn't they?
They sent us an email.
They sent us an email and said, we've seen your videos and probably please shut the up. Oh, look at that. That looks good.
Oh, mad.
I'm putting that skunk 2 straight on our cupboard.
Oh, this is the magic source of what we need. So the reason is, if you look at the bottom of that, this particular bit, there's different sizes. Like that's a skinny one, but ours is a fat one. And so this thing
that's a
is
little
like a
converter
fatness adapter. So that's what we need. We'll jam that shifter. It looks pretty cool. We'll jam that shifter into our shifter linkage, and then this will make it work. I think. I'm going to do that first because that way we can actually get it in and out of gear when we try and start it and hopefully move it around.
That's amazing.
Are you skunking it up?
Yeah, I'm going to skunk.
Cool. And otherwise our B-series are looking pretty good. As we said, Dave's just got to come and sort out our trigger kit stuff. Basically plug it in, make sure the Haltech's happy with the triggering signals it's receiving. We know it's getting fuel, although it's going to be old, crappy, stinky, old fuel, because who knows how long it's been sitting, so we'll drain the tank. If we flush it through or drain it, don't know, maybe throw a new fuel filter at it, and then we'll put some fresh 98 in it. Could run it on ethanol, but there's not really much point because it doesn't have huge comp, doesn't have a turbo, so we will probably just run 98 for ease of use. And we'll stick our seats in as well.
Our little cabinet's been skunked.
Oh, and these are our new Chopped Automotive Waste Services stickers. I love these stickers, man. Toolbox sticker. You can put it on your car. Might not last as long as a vinyl, but yeah, there it is. So it's looking pretty good. We've got a big list. We've got a whale who's happy, and shifter, test pipe, whale pen, test pipe. Oh, that's the other thing. Where is it? There. So we're talking about test pipe last episode. Let me show you what we went and did, because otherwise Captain D-Cat will legitimately kick you in the balls. We got ourselves a 2.5-inch stainless catalytic converter. So that is what we'll make up.
And the flanges are under there already, right?
The flanges are already bolted on just to make sure they're fit, but all we'll have to do is basically butt that up against the headers that come in there.
Yes.
And then maybe a little bit of pipe. But what's cool about these is they've got like a slip fit. A lot of exhaust pieces have this where the pipe will go inside or outside, but I'm pretty sure in this case it's inside. This is slightly bigger than a 2.5, so you can slip the pipe in, but also lets you to adjust angles and stuff a little bit, so you can pretty much line it all up, get it where you want it to go, which is obviously ways on a hose, then just go dirt, 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 and then pull it out. We'll pull it out again, including the midsection, and then probably tick it up on the bench. But we'll be under there with MIG welders playing with that stuff. And then the exhaust is done.
Yes.
Plug a wideband into it. It's got a bung for it already in the headers that came with it, which is super handy. So otherwise you could put one on here somewhere, but we don't need to. Plug that in, and then the Haltech will know what the air and fuel ratio is.
Nice. And then car running, and then onto the dyno.
These are details, people. These are the little slower details, like smashing an engine in there. It looks cool. Changing panels looks cool, but like these are the little details that you gotta do them to make the thing work.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna do them. Shifter, test pipe, cat, stuff, and then we'll see if those seats fit. We might have to remake those mounts possibly.
I can smell either the seats or the car. Can you?
Oh, it's both, isn't it? And this one's coming up to you.
Yep, got it.
Skunk, man, the skunky goodness.
And then,
can you give it a big? There we go. Does that feel good?
Yeah, that's good.
All right, let me get the. I gotta get the special. Oh, can you get me the special adapter thing? I forgot to grab it out of the box. No, that little adapter thing I was playing with a minute ago. It's in the box.
I thought you grabbed that already.
I thought I did, but I can't see it under here.
Oh, here it is. Take that, Martin.
Awesome. So now, if we bolt this in, you should be. It should feel hopefully like a shifter, like a legit, real Honda shifter. So there, I think that's how it works. No Honda stuff ever comes with instructions. I think they just assume correctly that you own a Honda, therefore you are a genius and you don't need help.
That's true.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Like you've already picked the best car that's ever been made by the best manufacturer ever in history, better than Nissan. And so therefore, why would you need instructions? You already know everything. Like that's legit it, isn't it? Like we don't need to even pretend it's not. That's exactly what's going on. Because I don't actually know what order the dowly things. Actually, you know what? There could be instructions there. I have no idea. That's got a bolt through it. Do you want to just?
I'm ready for the fiddle, Martin.
Just fiddle it and see if it feels like a shifter. It's not really shifting, is it?
No, it doesn't feel like it's got a firm pivot.
Hang on, just leave it in the middle for a sec.
It feels like there's meant to be a bracket underneath it that's holding it in, and that bracket is not in.
Yeah, you're right. It does, doesn't it? It's like that. Yeah, it might just. Well, the good news is that the actual skunky thing does exactly what it says it's going to do.
But now, our fulcrum mechanism is not fulcruming.
That's right. But yeah, so it's not quite in the rubber boot properly. But the actual linkage thing is fine. So that's good. So that's a win. So just grab us a 10 mil on a 10 mil socket like that, and I'll see if I can make that work.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what I've done wrong there, but something's not right. Oh yeah, working shifter. Check it out. Ba boo ba boo ba boo ba boop ba 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 ba. Mad, super short, a little tiny. Needs like a gear knob up here. Actually feels pretty good. One more thing to cross off the list. Drive shaft's in, totally done.
Awesome, man.
Down, up, down, up. That's it, I'm welding the cat. That's the next thing.
Oh, is it time, Martin?
This is getting welded on.
Yeah.
And then Dave helps with some wire twitching, and that's it, man. This should be starting.
That is what you said. You said 2 days.
But then
it's
what
been.
happened?
I don't even know what month it is. Is
I
it
don't know.
April? No, it's what month is it? It's been 3 months.
We didn't start it this month. I said it would be 2 days because it would be. Slap the engine.
No,
it's all in a box.
It's never 2 days.
Everything's on a pallet.
This is Martynomics, man. Whatever Marty says, times it by 10. I'm not even joking. It's when you go, hey man, I'm 2 minutes away, and you're 20 minutes away. Always.
Everyone does that.
Yeah, but
Everyone.
yours is a little extra. The thing is that you have the fortitude, aptitude, and von Bangditude to VTEC this thing back into life, and I would have thrown this
In the bin.
a long time ago, personally.
Yeah, man.
But you're still going.
And we have thrown a lot of stuff. In the bin. Like, seriously, so many bits have come out of the car and gone, in the bin. That, like, the bin's almost full.
It is.
This is
All right,
go
go weld, Martin.
I'm welding this on.
All right, fingers crossed, let's go.
It's going to work, Dave.
Yeah.
Timing, angle, offset. There's a laptop doing stuff. Here we go. Tell me it's doing something right.
It is putting a spark out.
It's putting a spark out.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's not in the right place.
Okay,
That's
all
right.
right.
We'll
Good.
work on it.
More. Page up.
Yep. So we'll move it one way.
Page up. All the people care about is page up. Page up.
All right, can
Page
we
up,
just
make
start it
work.
now,
Why?
please? I'm actually excited. Strangely. It works! It actually works!
I'm so angry.
I can't believe it. Well done, Martin. Well done, mate. All right, so it was a very, very big night last night, but there was some success, even though the car didn't sound great. The exhaust is on now, so we get to hear it now for the first time as it's actually going to sound in its final functioning Civicing form.
Full legit. Exhaust connected, cat in there, wild penis in place. A few things not finished, we'll go through that in a second. But yeah, man, that's super good to start. Just need some power.
So I'm just putting the positive terminal on, and then the people are coming with us for the first
Legit.
start and first sound.
Legit.
Legit. Let's go, Civic.
Awesome. It's loud and obnoxious and offensive.
Martin,
So, pretty stoked though, man.
it sounds good.
I'm pretty
And I'm actually pretty stoked, surprisingly. I don't know why, but I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the delirium of lack of sleep or something.
This is the point we would be in. If we bought a stock VTIR Civic, this is what we do. The first thing we do when we drove it in the driveway
Yes.
would be to stand here and start it and go, yeah!
Yeah, except the panels wouldn't all be different colours, and they wouldn't have big gaps, and it would have wheels, and it would kind of be a whole car.
It wouldn't have
But
one.
that's not what it's about, Martin, is it?
Not at all. We've got here from, like, you know, a bunch of bits on a pallet and a crappy orange shitty car to a starting running thing. It looks pretty mad. They're
does
going to
look
change
good.
colour and look cool. Like, we've got just some breathers, just real basic stuff like breather hose. I'm even going to show you what's. Look how much stuff's been crossed off. I know last episode, this episode, I don't know what it was, but look how much stuff was on there. Shifter's done. The whale.
I can now
Cross him off.
cross off the
And now
wild
it's
penis.
little things, like all it needs now is some gear oil, because I hadn't done the seals. I've done the seals, now it just needs some gear oil. The shafts are in it. And a PCV system, which our skunk didn't come with, but we will probably just reinstate. And then, look man, oh, alternator, it's overcharging. Don't know why, hopefully not a dead alternator. But this is stuff you can't work out until you actually run it, which is why I was so keen to get it running last night, so we
Hang
could
on.
work out what was busted.
Where are they from? Because they were in my shoe.
Well, that's super weird. You haven't crossed out whale penis. You crossed out the drawing of the whale that you did.
Oh, yes.
You didn't actually cross out the whale penis. It just needs some gear oil, which I'm going to throw in now. And I would say alignment, but do we need an alignment before the dyno?
Do people with Hondas do
I
alignments?
think we're going to
Maybe
tow.
people that do track
I think we're
days
going to
do.
tow it to the dyno.
Well, it's also unregistered and
Yeah.
uninsured for
And
now,
so
but we're going to fix that.
Hard to get rego without actually having a running working car. So
Gear oil.
gear oil. Steering just needs a tweak because I want to put an electric pump in it, but I don't have it yet, and there's none in Australia. I'm trying to find a specific electric pump to make that work. It's coming from overseas, and because of the postage is so
That's
slow,
not going to get in our way
that's not going to
anyway.
happen. But what I can do is just loop the steering back together. We'll have manual steering rack for a while, and that's totally fine.
Yep.
And yeah, just a PCV and breather, which our skunk manifold. There's just a little fitting that I need that I'm going to get the Savo and throw in.
And that's
then,
it.
Then
And that's
it's good, man.
So basically, we do dyno, wheel alignment, and then we've got to go through the registration process,
Yeah.
which is blue slip,
Yeah.
green slip, CTP, all that
Insurance.
kind of stuff. We'll sort that out. And then we're on the road,
On
Martin.
the road, and then we'll sort of, we've got to tidy up the inside and make it nice and neat. And we'll throw our seats in. These don't bolt in; they're going to need some fabrication.
Yep.
But we don't want to hold up the dyno just to put some seats in. We can dyno it with crappy seats, smelly seats.
Yes.
But yeah, really stoked that we've got to this point. It's been a lot of work. It really
Well done,
has.
Martin, because you have been the fire in the belly of this one. I'm not saying I would have given up ages ago, but I might have.
Maybe, but yeah, look, buying an unfinished project. Should you? I don't know.
How much time have you got?
Yeah,
and
that's it.
and do you know what?
That's
We actually
exactly
said from
it.
the beginning we're going to see if we could tally how much all the parts were worth and what the time is worth. Now, I do believe in our time and parts, we've spent more than what it would cost to buy one of these complete, right?
So
but
say
that
sorry.
doesn't account for the edumacation.
Say a mechanic costs $100 an hour. All right, we're worth half a mechanic.
And
50
I'm
bucks
worth,
an
I'm
hour
worth a
each.
third.
So we're at
at
75, let's call it $75 an hour.
For the two
amount
of
of
us.
hours, even for the two of us to go through and put this together. I mean, you guys have seen it. You've come along for hours of footage and there'd be hours of other just running around and fiddling and getting parts and stuff that we haven't like shown every single part of. There's so much time in it. But if you have the time, you can save a good amount of money by doing an unfinished project, particularly
You
if
can
have the
save
expertise.
the money, but you got to spend the time.
Well, that's it. And like you saw with us, a bit of scope creep. Oh, while we're at it, we should do that mod because we can put better triggering on it and better manifold. And there's ways we could have obviously saved money by just not doing that and slapping in a stock computer. Of course, that makes total sense, but you also got to have fun doing it. And you've got to make the car how you want it to be because it is your modified car after all, which is the joy of modifying it, is doing those mods and getting to enjoy the benefits, which is now we have this fully sequential, big injectors, tunability, future proofing, all this other cool stuff, which I'm really happy with. We've got a big brake kit on there. We've got a nice exhaust. We've got a cat converter.
Yep.
Captain D-Cat is not going to kick us in the dick. Facelift. We've got some nice stuff done. The car is not completely finished, but once it's on the dyno,
But it will be,
drivable.
and you're still coming with us. It's not the end. We're just, it's kind of actually
Happy
the
to get
beginning,
through
isn't it?
all of this.
All right, we're going to finish it off, and then come with us to the dyno. Let's see what kind of power we make.